Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is Outside the Medicine, continue the book, the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read it. The white-armed Hera beat me. This strife, this warfare plaguing all the immortals. Hera's all to blame. And now, as the powers rankled back and forth, the Lord God Apollo entered holy Troy, filled with dread for the city's sturdy walls. What if the Argive forces stormed them down today against the wall of fate? The rest of the gods who live forever soon return to Mount Olympus, some enraged, some in their pride, new-won glory, and sat beside the father, king of the black cloud. But Achilles slaughtered on and on, never pausing, killing Trojans and skittish battle teams at once. As smoke goes towering into the broad vaulting sky from a burning down, and the god's wrath drives it on, dealing struggle to all, so to many searing grave. So Achilles dealt the children's struggle grave. But there on the god-built height stood aged Priam. He saw the monstrous Achilles, and racing on before him, Trojans whipped in headlong flight. All rescue gone, the king cried out and clambered down to ground from the high tower, issuing quick commands to veteran gateway guards beside the walls. Spread the great gates wide, all hands now, till our rotting troops can straggle back to Troy. Achilles swarms over them, they are stampeded. Terrible mauling coming, I can see it now. Once they are packed in the walls and catch their breath, close the thickest gates and bolt them right again. I dread this murderous man, he will burst right through your walls. They spread the gates and rammed the door bars back, and spreading gates made way for a ray of hope, as Phoebus Apollo hurled forth to meet Achilles, to fight disaster off the Trojan troops, heading straight for the city's lofty ramparts. Ragged with thirst, choked with dust from the plain, they fled as Achilles stormed them, shaking his spear, that wild, rabid frenzy always gripping his heart, blazing to seize his glory. And then and there, the Achaeans would have taken the lofty gate of Troy, if Apollo had not driven Prince Aegina at them. Antinous, a courageous, rugged soldier, he inspired his heart with daring, standing near in person to beat away the dragging fates of death, leaning against the oak, concealing in swirls of mist. And now, as soon as Aegina saw Achilles coming, there he stood, poised for the scourge of cities, while the heart inside him heaved like heavy seas. Waiting tense, he probed his own brave spirit. Ah, dear God, if I run from Achilles' onslaught, taking the route the rest have fled, stampeding, he will catch me even so and slash my coward throat. But if I leave my comrades panicked before this charge, this Prince Achilles slip away from the wall on foot and race the other way, out to Ilium's plain and reach the spurs of Ida, hide in the underbush and then in the dying light. Once I washed my sweat away in the river, yes, I just might make it back again to Troy. But why debate, my friend? Why thresh things out? God forbid that Achilles sees me turning tail, heading from On and out to open country. He will come after me full tilt and run me down, and then no way to escape my death, my certain doom. Achilles is far too strong for any man on earth. Wait, what if I face him out before the walls? Surely his body can be pierced by bronze, even his. He has only one life, and people say he's mortal. It's only the son of Cronus handing him the glory. Filled with resolve, he braced waiting Achilles, his warrior blood incensed. He'd fight to the death, as a panther springs forth from her thicker lair to stand and face the huntsman, no fear in her heart, no thought of flight when she bears the baying packs, and even if he's too quick with spear or longing sword, even if she's run through, she never slacks her fury until she's charged him hard or gone down fighting. And so the noble son of Antenna, brave Aegina, would never run until he'd tested Achilles. He steadied his balanced shield before his chest, aimed his spear at the man and flung this challenge. Surely you must have hoped with all your heart, the great glorious Achilles, that you would raise the proud Trojan city this very day. You fool, you sure have plenty of pain to suffer for her sake. We have fighting men for the hundreds still inside her, forming a wall before our loving parents, wives and sons to defend Troy. Where you rush on to meet your doom, headlong man as you are, breakneck man of war. And he hurled his sharp spear from a strong hand, a hard, true hit on Achilles' shin below the knee, but the tin of the fire new armor round his leg let loose an unearthly ring. Back the spear sprang from the wondrous gear it struck, not punching through. The gift of the god Hephaestus blocked its force. Achilles next. He leapt at Prince Aegina, but Phoebus refused to let him seize the glory. He whisked Aegina off, wrapped in swirl of mist, and sped him out of the fighting safely on his way, and then with trickery kept Achilles off the Trojans. True, just like Aegina, head to foot, the deadly archers stood in Achilles' path, and Achilles sprang in chase, free racing, causing him far across the wheat field, heading him out toward Scamander's whirling depths, as the god led him a little, luring him on and on, always hoping to catch the god with bursts of speed. But all the while the rest of the Trojans fled on an immense, thrilled to reach the ramparts, crowding, swarming in, no daring left to remain outside the city wall, and wait for each other, learn who made it through, who died in battle. No, in a driving rout they came, streaming into Troy. Any fighter whose racing legs could save his life. Book 22. The Death of Hector. So all through Troy, the men who had fled like panicked fawns were wiping off their sweat, drinking away their thirst, leaning along the city's massive ramparts now, while Achaeans' troops slooped, shield to shoulders, closed against the walls. But there stood Hector, shackled fast by his deadly fate, holding his ground, exposed in front of Troy and the Shine gates. And now Apollo turned to talk to Achilles. Why are you chasing me? Why waste your speed, son of Pallas? You a mortal and I a deathless god. You still do not know what I am, immortal, do you? I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.